Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Can you guess where we are today? What about now when I have zoomed out? No? Looks familiar but you can't place it? Well, I guess you just have to stay tuned to find out more, don't you? How to get there? First of all, take the MRT to the MRT Station Harbourfront, which is on the northeast line or the Circle line. Okay. Once you get out of the gantry, turn left and head towards exit B. Okay. While you are walking towards exit B, you will turn left and walk along the underground walkway. So what you do is you keep walking until you see the escalator. Once you reach the escalator, take the escalator up all the way to the top, and at the top keep walking straight and you will have reached exit B, which exits at Harbourfront Centre. At Harbourfront Centre, keep walking straight until you reach the main entrance. Walk past the main entrance and head towards the main road. The road is actually called Telok Blangah Road. So basically, you walk along the main road until you see the overhead bridge ahead, and slightly past the overhead bridge will be the bus stop you are looking for. Basically, at the bus stop, you'll be taking bus 131 to head to our location. And the location we're heading to is Telok Blangah Crescent Food Centre. Okay, so our food adventure today will actually be heading towards the Telok Blangah area to explore two different food centers at this area. Okay, Telok Blangah is a quiet area and mostly well known to the people who live around there. So those people who don't live around here don't really know much about the place. But I'm going to bring you there. I'm going to show you around. So let's get on the bus now. Okay, so when you're on the bus, okay, you keep going until the bus will keep going straight along the road until you reach Henderson Road, where the bus will turn right into Henderson Road. Okay, and the bus will continue going along Henderson Road. So just sit and enjoy the greenery and scenery around you. So we will keep traveling along Henderson Road now on the bus, and we will continue going along Henderson Road. And somewhere in the middle of Henderson Road, your bus will make another right turn, and after the bus makes the right turn, you will notice a familiar landmark coming up soon. That landmark is actually Telok Blangah Crescent Food Centre, and this is the place that we're going to eat. So press the button to ring the bell so you can get down at the bus stop. Okay, so once you get down at the bus stop, start walking back towards the food centre. And this is the food centre. As you can see, it's a very nice multicolored food centre. And this food centre does cater to the supper crowd. And one of the popular foods that at this food centre is actually the Char Teow. which we will try soon. But just having a look at the view of the food centre, as you notice, it has been newly renovated and there are actually a lot of seating available. This is the Char Kway Teow store I was talking about, and as you can see, once the shop opens, there's already a line forming up, so you have to line up for it. And here is the Char Kway Teow by itself. Okay, there is actually a queue because the uncle actually individually fry each order as you order it. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Singapore style one, which is a bit which is dark. Okay, so because they put the dark sweet soya sauce. Okay, they have flat egg rice noodle together with egg noodles cooked with cockles and bean sprouts, and there's a very nice egg smell coming from here. It's actually fried very well. Whew, it's still a bit hot, and it also has a nice fragrance. But it's sweet and slightly savory and quite well cooked, well fried. Here is the cockle. A very well cooked Char Kway Teow dish, quite delicious. Here is another shop that sells cooked food. So basically, for those who don't know what cooked food is, basically you have a plate of rice, and then the shop actually cook various dishes of vegetables and meat and egg, and then you decide what dishes you want. They will add it together to the plate of rice, and then you just take the plate of rice and eat it. Okay. For me, what I did was I actually take away. Okay. So they actually pack it up for me. So I ordered rice together with some bean curd, and then I also had some pork chop, and together with some curry sauce, and then I think there's also peas that came together with the bean curd, and I also have another vegetable dish inside there, and then doused with a lot of curry, and it's actually quite tasty and quite delicious. I like how Singapore has become more multicultural and accepting people from other countries. Like for example, this store here that actually sells authentic Vietnamese food. I think this is most probably immigration by marriage, but the food is actually quite authentic. So this is the Vietnamese rice noodle dish. Okay, nice rice noodle soup dish, which is spelled PHO, but they pronounce it pho. Okay, so basically what you have is you have a nice stock with, I think it's fish ball, and then you also have a raw beef, which they put it into the soup, and they also have sliced beef, and then they also have, I think you can see mint, and then they have some chives, then they have some bean sprouts, and then they have and other herbs, you know. So the soup base itself is quite authentic, you know. This is slightly sweet, you know, and then with all the mints and everything, it actually adds make it quite flavorful, quite nice actually. But I think to cater to the local taste, the uncle there may have actually put in a lot of black pepper, and I think the black pepper may have diluted some of the Vietnamese taste in it. This is another staple of Vietnamese food, the banh mi. Earlier you saw me at the shop eating pho, and this is another dish that is popular in Vietnam called banh mi, which is actually baguette stuffed with meat and pate and fresh herbs. So this is what I take away from the shop earlier to eat at home for my lunch. So it's actually quite healthy, except for the large amount of meat inside there. So you have cut chilies, and then you have meat, and you also have some pickled vegetables and a bit of the pate. I think this is the meat itself. There should be some pate underneath here somewhere, which is like the baguette and pate is a remnants of the colonization of Vietnam by the French. So this is my lunch. Okay, for our next location, how to get there? First of all, go to Telok Blangah MRT Station and head towards Exit A. As you're heading towards Exit A, you'll see that there is an escalator going up. Take the escalator up all the way to the top. And at the top of the escalator, once you get off the escalator, turn right. Yes, turn right and follow the walkway. And if you turn right again, you'll see another escalator going up. Take this escalator up too. At the top, you'll notice that you're actually on a overhead bridge crossing the main road. The main road that you're crossing is actually Telok Blangah Road. So take the overhead bridge and cross the road all the way to the other end. And at the other end, there's actually a walkway for you to walk down. But before we get down, just let me show you. You will actually be walking all the way straight, all the way the other end, under all the covered walkways. Okay, so here is the covered walkway that you'll be walking under. So you will walk all the way through, right through all until the end. Okay, so we are almost towards the end of the covered walkways. Okay, just a bit more. Okay, here we are reaching another main road. This road is actually called Telok Blangah Drive. Okay, so if we keep walking ahead a bit, we'll reach a traffic light. At the traffic light, you will cross over to the other side, and we will walk. After you cross, you turn left. Okay. So after you turn left, then you walk all the way down. Keep walking all the way down, and after you pass this empty space, you'll see there's actually a food center here. This food center is called Telok Blangah Food Centre. Actually, it's called Telok Blangah Market and Food Centre, but normally I will just leave out the market part. So this is another food center that you can come here, but majority of the food here only opens for breakfast and lunch. So if you want to eat here, you have to come during those timings. And this is just a view of the food center itself. It's actually quite small with limited sitting areas. So the first food I'm going to try here is actually wonton noodles. This shop, they're actually quite hardworking. Sometimes if you come slightly after lunch, they're still open. So if you want to try this noodle, this is the good noodle to try. They serve wonton noodle. That means this is a thin egg noodles with some blanched vegetables, some char siu or barbecue pork. Okay, I chose it without chili, so it's actually a dark soya sauce. Okay, and overall, I find that the noodles itself was very firm, slightly tough, but still very firm. The char siu was actually not bad. Only issue I had with this noodle was that the sauce itself. I find that the sauce itself was lacking in slightly, I mean, if there was a bit more flavor to the sauce, it would have added a lot more flavor into the noodles. Somehow the sauce was a bit diluted, but overall it was actually quite a nice plate of noodles. The next shop here, I was actually led to it by my nose itself. While I was actually walking around, I smelled what the owner was cooking, and it smelled really good. Okay, only problem is that the queue actually moves quite slowly, but if you are willing to wait, the carrot cake here is actually quite nice, and it's sweet, and they also put in a lot of the preserved vegetables to add in flavor. And then you also have the chives on top, and you have a lot of egg. And also the owner, the one who cooks the noodles and take the order, is actually a lady. She's also quite funny. If you can catch the conversation, she's actually quite humorous. But I find that this carrot cake was actually quite delicious. It smelled so good that I ordered one to eat there and one to take away. That shows how good it smelled. And it also tastes good too. Highly recommended. If you're there, try it. And some more, the shop itself only says vegetable oil, and it doesn't say anything that it doesn't state that it sells carrot cake, but they actually do sell some very good carrot cake. I hope you enjoyed yourself for this food adventure. We are actually now here at Telok Blangah Food Centre, and we tried 2 dishes here. And over here at Telok Blangah Crescent Food Centre, we also tried a few dishes here. And I hope you enjoyed the dishes I reviewed. If you like what you see here, click the thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And join me for my next food adventure. Bye bye!